Well, this is unusual. I can actually breathe the air. We are no longer at a mile above sea level. In fact, we are here in St. Charles, Illinois for a very special episode of the Fast Lane Classics. And Jeep was kind enough to lend us this Jeep EcoDiesel Grand Cherokee for our trip to Volo, Illinois to check out movie cars at the Volo Car Museum. And that is coming up right now on the Fast Lane Classics. I gotta tell you, my very favorite feature of this Grand Cherokee EcoDiesel is the fact that when I got into it, it had over 700 miles of range. That means practically you might be able to go a whole month without having to go and fill it up with diesel. That's the upside. The downside is that diesel, of course, is more expensive than gas, but 20 cents or so more a gallon is not a big deal. Not like you Europeans where diesel is cheaper. Here, it's a little bit more expensive, but just a fraction. The other nice thing about this Jeep is this infotainment system. I mean, it is one of the easiest, one of the most intuitive ones to use. A lot of color, a lot of big buttons, and at the end of the day, there is a lot of functionality. So here we have all the bells and whistles, of course. We have heated and vented seats, not cooled, vented. We have navigation. We have climate controls. There's just a lot going on there, and there's apps. But at some point, our friend Motoman is right. You just want to say, give me a button, because you have to go through, even on this very intuitive system, different screens and sub-screens to get to what you want. And it would be nice just to have a button that you can push when you want to, for instance, turn on the heated steering wheel, because there was no button when I first got into this. Not that we need it on a warm day like today, but it would be nice just to have a button. Sold, 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 sold! Herbie the Love Bug. An old Lotus Esprit that apparently was driven by Richard Gere and Julia Roberts from Pretty Woman fame, and of course, a modded Camaro. These are just some of the cars that you can check out and buy right here at the Volo Auto Museum. It's not just a museum, it's also a pretty cool car dealership. Perhaps the most famous cars that the Volo Auto Museum is known for are these cars, the movie cars. And here's one of my favorite, the 1975 Ford Interceptor from Mad Max. I remember seeing this movie and thinking to myself, this is one cool supercharger, and check it out, it's sitting on top of the car. Of course, here you have the Mustang from Gone in 60 Seconds, Eleanor as I recall, and here are two of my favorite Chargers. The one from Dukes of Hazzard, this is the number 8 car. In fact, there were so many cars that were destroyed during the filming of Dukes of Hazzard that the prices of Chargers went through the roof. And bookending the Dukes of Hazzard's Charger is this badass black Charger RT from Fast and Furious. If you're a movie car fan, this is the place to be. All right, so I was completely wrong, and here's the thing about movie cars. A lot of them are replicas. I just read the little sign here. This fan-built Mad Max car was painstakingly replicated by a fan for the cost of $110,000. Even the blower, which I thought was real, was replicated same as a movie car, with a fake blower that would spin by electrical motor with a button located on the shifter. So yeah, it is the Mad Max car, and it's not the one used in the movie. Once again, no sign with this Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds. I'm thinking it's also a replica, but it's still cool. Are you a fan of Speed Racer? Well, I'm a huge fan, and this Mach 5 is actually a replica, again, of the original Mach 5 built on a 1995 Corvette chassis. It can be yours for $70,000. However, this Vanquish is real. It was used in the movie, the James Bond movie. However, underneath, it's a Jaguar. That's because at one point Ford owned both Jaguar and Aston Martin. And this time the production company used the Jaguar chassis with the Vanquish top. This is perhaps the most famous car here, Batmobile number 14 from the original 60s TV show. It most closely resembles the original Batmobile number 1 that George Barris built for the TV show and that sold last year for, well, a lot of money. And of course it's cool. It's built on a Ford Futura chassis and, well, just look at it. I mean, you can see why this car is iconic when it comes to movie cars. All right, gang, building number 4, cars of the rich and famous. I have not been in here yet, so you'll be surprised as I am when we walk in here. Let's see what they got. Ha ha ha! Of course it is! It's a Lamborghini. How could it not be? Rich and famous car. Dick Clark's Cord. Pretty cool. And who does this belong to? Oh, Mario Andretti! His Diablo Spider. Holy cannoli. Are you a fan of more modern movie cars? Well, this 2005 Saline Mustang was used in the 2007 Transformers movie. I remember Megan Fox being chased by this car in the movie as if it was yesterday. And of course, who could not love this? Oh yes, the DeLorean from the movie Back to the Future. Now this is a car that was used in the promotion of the film, so it wasn't in the film, but check it out. Perhaps one of the most iconic movie cars ever. If it could only take you back in time, wouldn't that be cool? I wonder if there's a Scooby snack in here. You know what? There are hundreds of cool cars here and I could go on for hours, but I think it's time to say ciao and thanks for watching and check out more classic cars at TFL Classics. See you next time. As always, this is Roman reporting from Volo, Illinois. Ciao.
That's right. Yeah, this was Sony owns the original 2 Ecto-1s, and they have no plans of releasing them anytime. This was actually we couldn't find a '59 Cadillac with the right M&M body style that the Ecto used.
Right.
And one of the people that builds movie cars had a 1960.
So close enough.
They converted it into a '59. They put the '59 fins on it and turned it into a '59 Ecto-1 for us.
You know, what's cool about these movie cars is when the car is cool to begin with, right?
Right.
When you have a boring car and you make a movie car out of it, not so great. You know, it was just a normal kind of run-of-the-mill. Was it a Trans Am, right? With that light going back and forth. But this, you know, a limousine slash ambulance slash old Cadillac. How cool is that?
That's right.